Happiness can be defined as a state of pleasure and contentment, which is affected by our internal and external sources. However, is it just our emotional state that dictates our happiness, or is there much more to it? An article published by Barishmadev Chakrabarty and his team, titled Variations in the Human Cannabinoid Receptor Gene Modulate Striatal Responses to Happy Faces, explores the link between the endocannabinoid system and positive emotional processing. This study indicated that variations in the cannabinoid receptor 1 gene affect individual differences in response to social rewards, such as seeing happy faces. It is the cannabinoid receptors in this system that led Masahiro Matsunaga and his team to ask further questions. Matsunaga in his study aimed to find out if variations in the cannabinoid receptor gene influence mood and brain responses to positive stimuli. Masahiro Matsunaga and his team published an article titled Genetic Variations in the Cannabinoid Receptor Gene Are Associated with Happiness. Here they discuss how our genetics are linked to our emotional state and therefore affect our subjective happiness levels. He recognised from Chakrabarty's research that people that carry the C allele have an increased response to positive emotional stimuli in comparison to TT carriers. Therefore, he hypothesised that he should see higher moods and higher subjective happiness levels in the C allele carriers. The main experiment conducted involved 20 healthy male participants. Each participant had their genotype recorded and underwent a positron emission tomography study. Recent studies have shown the link between positive emotional processing and the medial prefrontal cortex. The focus of these scans was in this area of the brain. Each participant watched 4 videos. 2 videos included their chosen actor, who they found attractive. These actors were shown to be smiling and talking. The 2 control videos showed weather reports based on weather that had already occurred. It aimed to not provoke any positive response in the participants. Before and after viewing the videos, participants completed a visual analog scale to indicate how positive their moods were. PET scans were taken within the first 2 to 3 minutes of viewing each video. This figure shows the mood differences after participants had watched the positive video. As you can see, there is a notable difference between C allele carriers in comparison to TT carriers. This supports Matsunaga and his team's hypothesis. This figure shows the medial prefrontal cortex being activated in participants with the C allele. It states this activation was much higher in the C allele carrier when watching a positive film, further supporting the hypothesis that people that carry the C allele show increased response to positive stimuli in comparison to TT allele carriers. Matsunaga and his team demonstrated through their experiment that people that carry the C allele on the human cannabinoid receptor gene show a far more increased response to positive emotional stimuli in comparison to those who carry the TT allele. This increased sensitivity is shown to correlate with an individual's mood and subjective happiness levels. From this study, we can conclude that variations in the human cannabinoid receptor gene do influence one's happiness levels.